everybody, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. As you guys can see from the title, today's video is just going to be all about my COVID experience, as well as my experience taking the antiviral Paxlovid. And keep in mind, this is just my personal experience, and these are just my own personal thoughts, and that I am not a doctor, and this is not medical advice. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, throughout my COVID experience, I did write everything down, and I had COVID way back at the end of April, beginning of May, and I do have a timeline of events and a bunch of notes. So, starting off, I started to not feel well on a Tuesday. I just had a ton of body aches, and I started to have to use my nebulizer. For those of you who don't know, I do have pretty bad asthma and have since I was little, and I was also super tired. And so I decided I was just gonna do an at-home test, and it came up negative. The next day was a Wednesday, and I was experiencing everything that I was experiencing on Tuesday, the tiredness, body aches, but now I also could not taste anything, and I took my temperature and I had a fever of 102. So that night I decided I'm gonna test again just to be sure, and I tested positive. Not only did I test positive, I tested positive within 20 seconds before the control line even came up. And then on Thursday I was experiencing all the prior symptoms I mentioned, as well as I started to get a headache and I was super duper congested. And so Thursday morning I did go ahead and call the doctor, and I told them that I did test positive for COVID the night before, and told them all about my symptoms and how it was in fact interfering with my asthma. So they set me up to have a telehealth visit with the respiratory clinic the following day, which was a Friday. And then on Friday morning I had my telehealth visit, and they prescribed me the antiviral called Paxlovid. They said that because of my underlying conditions and how much I was using my nebulizer and stuff, that I was a perfect candidate for this medication and that it should help a ton, and they were not wrong. And then on the following Friday I finally tested negative. I was COVID positive for a full 9 days. And that is the basic timeline of events. Moving on, I'm just gonna focus on my experience taking the Paxlovid, and I do have a bunch of different notes. First up are my general thoughts. First off is I absolutely love the packaging that the Paxlovid came in. It came in these little blister packs with a day side and a night side. With Paxlovid, you take 3 pills twice a day for 5 days, and it made it super easy to know if you've taken it or not already, and you do have to take it 8 hours apart. However, it was super duper hard to get the actual pills out of these blister packs. Something I didn't like about the Paxlovid is the size of the pills. They were massive. I had to take them individually in order to not choke. Moving on to the side effects that I experienced with the Paxlovid. The first one and worst one was the taste that I got in my mouth. It is one of the most common symptoms that you can have when taking it, and some people describe it as like a metallic taste. No. The taste that you experience when taking this medication is like drinking a glass of orange juice or grapefruit juice after brushing your teeth. And you have that taste in your mouth from the first dose through the last dose. And let me tell you, it was awful. And literally nothing got rid of the taste. I tried gum, I tried different candies, I tried water, I tried milk, I tried everything, and you could not get the taste out of your mouth. Another side effect I experienced, which I wasn't surprised about, is I got a stomach ache within like the first 45 minutes of taking the medication if I didn't eat beforehand and I didn't take the medication with a glass of milk. Lastly, in terms of my Paxlovid experience, we have my thoughts on whether it was worth taking, and my answer to that is that yes, it is 100% worth taking, because while the side effects were not great, they were tolerable, and because it did work. And some of you are probably like, well, how did you know it worked? And for me, the answer is that within the first 24 hours of taking my first 2 doses of the Paxlovid, I stopped using my nebulizer completely. And now I have some general thoughts and things that I jotted down. The first being that I am proud of myself for going over 2 years without getting COVID. Another thing is that in total, I was sick for around 13 days. And let me tell you, I was miserable for all 13 of those days. This one's really random, but my favorite home tests are these ones. These are just the iHealth COVID-19 Antigen rapid tests. And I really like these ones in particular because there is an app that goes along with it, and the app walks you through the entire thing, as well as if you are positive or negative, negative, it'll give you a little card that you can keep on your phone that says when you last tested positive or negative. And lastly, I have had a few issues since having COVID that I am still dealing with. The first one is dizziness. I am dizzy quite frequently, and I also get motion sickness way easier and more than I used to. I've always experienced motion sickness when it comes to being in the car or on a boat. However, lately it's been a lot more than usual. I did get those funny glasses that people talk about on TikTok for motion sickness, and let me tell you, they do in fact work, and I highly recommend them. When I did have COVID, one thing I made sure of was to stay hydrated, and I did that using my H2O Capsule water bottle. It's a 2.2 liter water bottle that I cannot recommend enough. I talk about this thing all the time here on my channel, and I actually have a coupon code for you guys. So if you guys use the coupon code Allie, you guys can get 10% off your first purchase. And let me tell you, I definitely think staying hydrated and drinking an entire one of these every day that I was sick helped me to get better faster. That is just my own personal opinion. So that was just my experience with having COVID, as well as taking the Paxlovid antiviral. Keep in mind, like I said at the beginning, these are just my own personal thoughts and what I experienced, and that your experience could be completely different. If you guys like this video and would like me to do more personal videos like this one, definitely let me know in the comments down below. While you guys are down there, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I upload new content regularly and would love it if you'd become part of our little family. Also be sure to hit the bell so that you are in fact notified every time I do upload a new video. I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!